Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel and I will be doing your general astrology and tarot reading for the month of August 2019. I want to start out by saying that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Sagittarius out there, but if it resonates with you, that's definitely your messages. If it does not, feel free to throw that out because that belongs to a different Sagittarius. This is going to be addressing Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So if this does not particularly vibe with you, check out the videos with your particular sun, not just the Sun, but the Moon, Venus, or Rising Suns. Also, this is a very new channel, so if you enjoy the content, don't hesitate to reach out, subscribe, and give it a dragon claw up, share it with your friends, and comment in the section below to let me know if there's anything that you would enjoy seeing this channel address in the future. So I'm going to go right into your general astrology chart for the month of August, Sagittarius. This is a very powerful month ahead, and a lot of good stuff is coming up. There's a lot of Leo energy, which you can see right here. All these planets, we start the beginning of the month with a ton of stuff happening in Leo. Leo is one of your fellow fire signs, and so that's why this month definitely is good for you. It actually puts all of that Leo energy in that personal ninth house, which is your house of Sag, so it feels very natural, very comfortable. You feel like you're having an easier time talking, moving, thinking, expressing love and emotion. Even if it's a little klutzy, it's like it really comes from the heart. So even if it feels like you're kind of stumbling over your words a little bit, it's fine because it's like the emotion and the feeling are very true, and so that's really what comes through this month. It's also a great time for what you love to do, which is travel. If you are a Sagittarius with that wanderlust, you might especially be hit by it this month. You might decide to just spontaneously go somewhere that the heart leads. Leo does rule the heart. That's why I would say that the heart and the emotions, not just for you but for everyone, are really activated, but for you especially because this is a fellow fire sign and this gets along with your energy extremely well. A fabulous thing, of course, that's coming up for Sagittarius is that your ruling planet Jupiter is going direct, woohoo, after a 5-month-long retrograde. So when that planet goes forward after having that long retrograde, you definitely start to feel the momentum pick up, your energy picks up, that long period of kind of review and, you know, looking at old things that you'd hatched and plans for the future that you kind of go, okay, what do I want to do to expand and move ahead? That kind of stuff sort of goes on the back burner during that period, so now you're kind of coming into your own energy. So for the next 7 months, Sag, you're definitely having more forward movement. Plans or thoughts or ideas that went on the back burner start to gain momentum, and for all the rest of us that happens too, because Jupiter is very expansive, it's very good fortune, it's very benevolent, so when that opens up it just feels like it's a little easier, it's a little less of like struggle, like you don't have to push quite as hard to get things going, and so that's a really nice thing that's coming up. Mercury was retrograde for most of July, which is not always fun because Mercury does deal with movement and going forward, and so at the same time Jupiter is going direct, so is Mercury, so this is excellent for you and for everyone because communication improves quite a bit. Our big full moon this month is in Aquarius, and that happens on August 15th. That will definitely impact you, Sagittarius. It is going to hit you primarily in your 3rd house of Gemini, deals with communication, deals with thought, and the way that that mind works. So you may be hit with a whole lot of innovative, futuristic, altruistic, and idealistic, all of the sticks are hitting you in the mind, and so you will have big ideas, big thoughts, how to connect and harmonize humanity. Big job, but you're ruled by a big planet, so you can do it. I believe in you, for sure. So after this, I'm just going to dive into my dragon deck here. I'm going to pull out from the etheric and the elemental dragons to see which one of them wants to come party with my Sagittarians this month. Ooh, that's a big high vibration dragon, pure white dragon from Orion. So that's that constellation that we always see. Transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know, act with truth and honesty, let your wings of light grow and expand. What a beautiful, beautiful image for you as you are expanding and you are growing and you are expanding your awareness this month, Sagittarius. I would definitely do some meditation and just kind of have some stillness, whatever that means for you, around, that August 15th, because that's going to be that full moon. A lot of that kind of, higher ascended knowledge will be more available to you than ever. And so that's definitely helping you with that. So now I'm going to pull a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle, and we're going to check out which one of these critters wants to come and be the best representative of what you should be embodying for this month of August. I almost wanted to pull two, so I'm going to go with that. I was going to do one. Most of them we did one, but this just felt like go with two, okay? So first one that comes out, Buffalo Spirit. So this is, giving gratitude. The abundant universe will provide. And so if you've been feeling a little bit like, ugh, things are kind of down to my last dime, or my last dollar, that's kind of coming in and saying the abundance is coming to you, Sagittarius, because you are a sign of abundance. This is why Sagittarians are kind of famous for good luck, and you have a tremendous bounce back ability. Even if something really hard hits you guys, you have an amazing sort of good fortune that it's like, I will rise from this. A lot of famous Sagittarians have that as a life theme, and so I'm always aware of that with you. So even if things have been kind of hard, it's like the abundance is coming in, and if you're already there, it's telling you be grateful for it and share with everyone. I love the groundhog spirit. It's time to let go. And so this could really be as well telling you that it's like, let go of anything you've been holding on to too tight. Be more connected and rooted in the earth. It's interesting because I think of both the buffalo and the groundhog as very indigenous plains energy. These are both very, common to, the native animals that would have been in the plains. I think of the Lakota. I think of the indigenous people of those areas. And to me, this is very grounded, stable, getting back in connection with your roots, with the earth, with anything that makes you feel solid and stable within. Because even though you are that very famous traveling sign of movement, Sagittarius, you are also very spiritual, and you're very philosophical, and you're very open to those higher avenues of learning and bringing in different types of spiritual knowledge. You're not just limiting yourself to only one kind of awareness or knowledge. So, if you're feeling that, strong tendency to kind of root and ground, it's like, even though you like to move and you like to travel, this can be saying it's like your home can be anywhere, because the buffalo, it was nomadic. The people that followed the buffalo went with the buffalo. It's like, where they go, we go, because that's where our abundance lies. That's where our resources come from. And so there's that sacred gratitude that goes along with that. So let's pull a card from the Moon Phase deck now. I love this Moon card deck. It's beautiful. We had a big lunar eclipse full moon in the month of July, and those vibrations last for 6 months after the eclipse is done. So I'm going to pull a card to see how that's continuing to resonate with you after the eclipse has passed. Interestingly enough, Sagittarius, the next eclipse pattern is coming close right after your birthdays in December. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so commitment is being tested. This is the first quarter moon. So this is all about the beginning of either a process, a project, something you're putting some effort into. And it's kind of asking, how serious are you? How much do you want this, Sagittarius? So this is kind of saying, you know, we're going to test that seriousness, that commitment. Do you really want to continue with this? Because you've had a pretty good start here, but we're going to give you a few curveballs to see if you really can handle it. So anything that you're going through right now, as a direct relation to some of the things that Capricorn energy revealed, and I would say that a lot of that would have been around material resources, financial aspect, all of that kind of stuff was brought up during that full moon last month. So this is kind of saying, all right, maybe you took on a new job, maybe you took on a new project, maybe you said, all right, yeah, I'll take on that extra responsibility, etc. And now it's saying, do you really want it? So you do have a choice here. You know, if it's something that you really want and it seems like, wow, it's a bit of a struggle now, it's just telling you that this is just a test of your strength, a test of your commitment. And if it's something that you really want, Sagittarius, just hang in there with it. Don't give up. So now I'm going to go ahead and dive into the tarot here, and we're going to progress a little deeper into what's happening for you for August. Dear archangels, dear guiding beings of light, please come and be around us as we do the reading for the Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising sign of Sagittarius for the month of August 2019. I'm definitely already feeling there's definitely been a little bit of challenge within yourself. Definitely pulling that in. Wow, okay. Should I stay or should I go? That's that song, right? Should I stay or should I go? That's you right now, Sag, I think. Absolutely. There comes the Wheel of Fortune right off the top. You are definitely contemplating moving right now, and movement and going ahead and forward energy. Oh my goodness. And a lot of it, you've got 3 aces coming out right out. This is a lot. This is a big month for you, Sag. Definitely. I knew it was going to be a big one, and it is. So the first thing in the middle, there's that Wheel of Fortune. So you're absolutely open to movement, open to making some big decisions about movement, because that Ace of Swords always comes in and it opens up your consciousness, opens up your reality. My goodness. Okay, so you're just coming out of this. This is the immediate past. 2 of Swords crossed by the Ace of Cups. So you could even be making a decision about a love interest. I think some of this came up for you actually not that long ago, where you had some big decisions about that. And so I think that one of the things I pulled up for Sag, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that this was where there was almost a choice of like, there's the relationship and maybe there's also work, and it's like I could move for work, but I can't always take my honey with me, and so I don't really know what to do. There is definitely some of that energy still coming in, but it's better this time. It really is. I think that you've probably figured something out, because, you know, you have this indecision here about some issue that you're facing and you kind of feel like you don't know the facts, but then that Ace of Cups comes in and it gives you more emotional and spiritual information that you really, really needed to go forward and make that choice better. So on the unconscious, there's that Page of Pentacles. This could definitely be starting a new job, starting new employment, maybe even doing something entrepreneurial, starting your own business. And you've already kind of been thinking of putting some effort into this. So there's you know, waiting for the return of my effort. So this is what's going on within you. And on the top, you know, it's like you're really working to embrace and step into that position of power, that position of, you know, being the creator of your own reality, because that Fire King, that King of Wands is always bringing about that. This is confidence. This is stepping into that leadership role, taking on that mantle of leadership. And, you know, this is a little source of contention, because most Sagittarians that I've ever known, they don't really like to lord it over people. They don't really like the ego to overwhelm, because, see, Leo deals more with that ego and that sense of, like, healthy ego, or is it just arrogance? You know, it's like there's healthy pride and then there's toxic ego stuff. And so Sag is that next and final fire sign that actually has grown quite a bit outside of that personal ego zone. And so for you, I think it's, yeah, it causes some stress inside you, not in a big awful way, but you're really kind of like, oh, can I take on this much leadership, this much more responsibility? I don't want to be seen as some kind of boss who's like, I'm here to, you know, tell you stuff. It's because you kind of want to be everybody's friend. You don't want to just be like, oh, you know, the tough guy. That doesn't suit you. But going into the future, really beautiful card there, coming up with the Two of Cups. This is love. This is usually a soul connection. And then it's crossed by that wonderful, another ace, an Ace of Pentacles. So to me, you know, going into the future, it's kind of like, it might seem cliche, but it's like both love and money can be coming in here. You know, both of these things, you know, those are really looking good. And that's a very stable gift. You know, it's very tangible. It manifests really well on Earth. So you've got 3 out of 4 aces on the board already, Sagittarius. So let's pull some more cards and see what else comes out. Still really looking very good to me. You know, you've really got to embrace your strength. Here comes that Leo energy again. There's that fire. There's that thing. And it's really for you. This is about balancing that ego drive. You really don't want to become, you know, just some jerk who's like bossing everyone around. But you also have to be very strong, because you don't want to, you know, deceive yourself. You don't want to say, no, I can't be a leader, when you really can. You've got to be honest about that, and you've got to be upfront as well. It's like, if you really don't want to take on that kind of a role, be very truthful about that. Don't say, yeah, I can do it, or I want to do it, and then say later, I can't, you know. So do a little soul searching, because you've got to decide, I think, you know, whether or not you're ready to go that next level, or if you even want to. So yeah, this card, Sagittarius, this has been coming up for almost everybody I've done a reading for August. The Six of Swords. This is so much movement away from the chaotic waters and towards a more peaceful reality. Page of Wands. Definitely this is a new idea. It's like, this is what I want to get out. I want to get out of here. I want to start something new and more positive. And so anything that's been really heavy, dramatic, worrisome, you're definitely leaving that behind. You know, and you're starting a new chapter. To me, Page of Wands is always new action, because it's that brand new fire energy. Hopes and fears. I think that you're really, it's like commitment. I mean, I know Sagittarius, you can be a little hard to pin down sometimes, but what I think you're honestly hoping for is you're very upfront generally, you're very truthful and above board. And so if you're wanting and craving that deeper commitment, you know, you're really hoping that it's for real. You want this to be lasting. You want this to be stable, because these are very stable. You know, a lot of the time too, with Two of Cups, Hierophant, Ten of Pentacles, this to me is like, it's marriage energy. I mean, this is really like love and money. Love and money is coming up. Here it is again. Here's the money. Here's the love. Here's the cups. You know, here it is. The love and the money. It's like, wow. So this is actually, I mean, this is an incredibly positive read for you. And I really believe it, because your planet's going direct. All that Leo is flooding your house with sunshine, and I think that, you know, after some storms, you're coming through some stuff. Some really, really powerful stuff. You've got an amazing read for this month. One of the best of the month, Sagittarius. Just fabulous. You know, the only bit of advice they'd give is just slow and steady wins the race. And just be honest with yourself about, you know, what you can and can't take on when it comes to those positions of greater authority, because I feel you're being offered so much good. You're being offered an emotional connection that's committed. You're being offered, you know, better pay, better position, all of those things. So for all Sagittarius that this resonates with, big dragon claw up. So let's get a last card from the Archangel Michael deck, and we'll see what the last advice is for this reading. Positive thoughts create positive results, Sagittarius. Look at that. Like I said, this is a very positive month, and the more that you can focus on that, the better. So, you know, I've known plenty of Sages through my life, and I know that you guys can very well get depressed, and I've often said there's almost nothing sadder than a depressed Sag, because it's just not not where you're supposed to be. So if you have been going through feeling down, if you have been feeling low, this is really encouraging you to do whatever you need to do to bring that vibration up and bring it to a more positive place. Divine love and wisdom, I call upon you now. I know that my mind and emotions are eternally and continuously connected to you. I ask my higher self to be aware and conscious of the love and light that is within every person and situation. So, Sag, I love your reading this month. It is beautiful, and I really pray that this is going to be a fabulous August. I will be back very soon with full moon readings and other goodies along the way. So have a wonderful August. I will talk to you all real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.